The Korean entertainment world had been unusually quiet for weeks, too quiet, some would say. In an industry where headlines shift every hour and the smallest rumor becomes a wildfire, silence often speaks louder than noise. It was in this unexpected calm that whispers began to surface, carried softly through online communities, fan cafes, late-night group chats. Whispers that involved Korea's most beloved couple, Hyun and son Ye-jin. Whispers that hinted at something tender, intimate, and potentially life-changing. It didn't come in the form of an announcement. It didn't come from media insiders or entertainment companies. It began with a fleeting sighting. A vague shape behind tinted windows. A moment too quick to prove but too meaningful to ignore. And from that moment, the story grew wings. The first spark was ignited one cool morning in Apgujeong, a district known for its privacy, affluence, and its discreet network of VIP medical facilities. A fan, or what the online community later described as an eyewitness with sharp intuition, claimed to have seen a black Genesis SUV descending into the underground parking of Miri Prenatal Care Center, a well-known maternity and prenatal clinic favored by high-profile clients seeking absolute confidentiality. It wasn't just any SUV. It was the same model, same shade, an eerily similar license plate pattern to the one Hyun was often photographed driving. The witness insisted the timing was too precise to be coincidence. Early morning. Low foot traffic. Heavy security. Too many details lined up for the story to be ignored. But what truly fueled speculation wasn't the vehicle, it was the silence from the security staff. When the fan approached the entrance, a guard politely declined to confirm or deny anything, offering only a rehearsed smile and a practice line, "We cannot speak about VIP visits." Those 6 simple words struck the fandom like a coded message. In Korean celebrity culture, no comment can often mean something is happening. But we won't be the ones to say it. Hours later, another detail surfaced, this time from someone who claimed to work near the clinic. According to this anonymous source, CCTV footage on the 5th floor had recorded a couple wearing masks, hats, and oversized jackets entering the VIP ultrasound wing. Identities were concealed, but the source described the man as tall, broad-shouldered, and unmistakably elegant in posture. The woman, meanwhile, moved with a familiar gentleness, shoulders slightly rounded in the way son Ye-jin often carries herself. Though no footage was leaked and no images were circulated, the description alone was enough to shake online communities into a storm of assumptions. As if guided by an invisible thread, speculation intensified. Mere hours after the first report, another account emerged, this one from a pregnant mother visiting Hanul Women's Clinic, another highly private, appointment-only maternity center known for treating public figures. She described seeing a woman with delicate features, partially covered by a scarf and mask, accompanied by 2 staff members who seemed trained in celebrity escort protocol. "I only saw her eyes," claimed in a forum post that quickly spread across the web. "But the glow. I've seen that glow before. It was son Ye-jin. I swear it." Even if the details were impossible to verify, recognized something familiar in the growing pattern. Couple prepared for major life moments, marriage, pregnancy, family milestones, they always moved in quiet waves, leaving behind soft traces that only the most attentive followers could pick up. This time felt no different. Online, the tone shifted rapidly. Fans who initially dismissed the rumors as wild imagination soon began noticing subtle clues they had overlooked. Jin's recent photos featured looser clothing, softer silhouettes, and a discreet absence from high-profile events she normally attended. Hyunbin's schedule had tightened, he shifted interviews, delayed promotional activities, and appeared unusually protective in the few public sightings available. Even their social media posts, rare as they were, carried an unspoken warmth, an undertone of domestic bliss that fans described as different, peaceful, and too glowing to ignore. Still, nothing captured the public's attention more than what insiders later referred to as the 5th floor mystery. According to a staff member at Miri Prenatal Care Center, speaking under strict anonymity, the VIP ultrasound suite, room 507, had been reserved twice in the past 3 weeks under a pseudonym commonly used by celebrity clients. The reservations were short notice, booked through a private agency, and accompanied by unusually high security protocols. While the clinic refused to officially confirm details, the employee described the visits as high-profile enough to alert the upper administration. It was the kind of statement that electrified every corner of the fandom. Meanwhile, a veteran entertainment reporter added fuel to the fire during a live radio segment. He didn't mention names, specify details, but his words carried a heavy, unmistakable weight. A top-tier married actress, he said, may be entering her first trimester. Industry knows, but the family wants to protect her until they are ready. The internet needed no further clues. As the days passed, the speculation grew more structured, more analytical. Fans began piecing together timelines from old interviews, reading meaning into pauses, smiles, and offhand comments. Viewed recent public appearances, noting how Hyun seemed increasingly attentive, often standing half a step closer to his wife, his posture more protective. They dissected Ye-jin's subtle choices, her soft sweaters, her preference for comfortable dresses, gentle glow on her skin that many described as the same glow she had during her first pregnancy. Industry watchers weren't immune to the buzz either. More than one casting decision was rumored to have quietly shifted behind the scenes. A project Ye-jin was reportedly considering had been delayed. Another script offered to Hyun was rumored to have been turned down due to family priorities. Even though nothing was confirmed, everything suddenly seemed connected. The more the couple stayed quiet, the more the story grew. By the end of the week, it stopped feeling like rumor and started feeling like a gathering momentum, an unspoken truth waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Nothing had been confirmed, nothing denied. Every clue carried weight. Every sighting, every silence, every softened smile hinted at an intimate story unfolding behind closed doors. And as the whispers grew stronger, one question echoed across the entertainment world. This is only the beginning. What comes next? Speculation ignited at midnight when international fanbases began posting synchronized threads across various platforms. Screenshots of SUV sightings, witness retellings, and even speculative timelines were organized with the precision of investigative journalists. On Weibo, the topic surged to over 20 million views within hours. On X, Twitter, hashtags like #BinJinBaby2, Ice Blooming, and The Glow Returns trended globally. Fans weren't hungry for gossip. They were hungry for joy. Korean news outlets, initially hesitant to touch the story without concrete evidence, began warming up to it as the wave of public curiosity grew impossible to ignore. Morning talk shows tiptoed around the speculation, citing unconfirmed but widely discussed reports, while entertainment panels argued respectfully about whether the couple's recent behavior aligned with typical early pregnancy patterns. The tone was gentle, careful, almost protective. The media seemed to understand that even the slightest insensitivity would feel out of place in such a tender narrative. Then came the rumor that caused the biggest ripple yet. A staff member from Uri Prenatal Care Center, once again speaking under strict anonymity, hinted to a reporter that a red file had been processed earlier that week. In Korean medical facilities, a red file, fictional in this context, is a confidential classification reserved exclusively for VIP patients whose identities must be shielded even from most staff. Only upper-level personnel have access. That phrase surfaced online. The fandom erupted. Timing matched too perfectly with the alleged SUV sightings. And Room 507, the VIP ultrasound suite, had been mysteriously blocked off on 2 separate mornings. Suddenly the pieces began to align like constellations. People pointed out how Sun Ye-jin had quietly stepped back from certain brand events, how her Instagram captions had grown more sentimental. Hyun had adopted an almost softened public demeanor. Others recalled a recent interview in which he spoke about the beauty of small everyday blessings, a line that felt overlooked at the time but now shimmered with new meaning. Clips from that interview resurfaced across the internet, matched with gentle background music, close-ups of his smile, and comments like, "He telling us without saying it." But what truly shook the internet was a story posted by a clinic visitor at Hanyul Women's Clinic. She described hearing a nurse say, "Sure, the VIP suite is prepared before the couple arrives," before glancing nervously at the hallway. Although the witness admitted she never saw the couple directly, the wording was enough to send fans spiraling. On fan forums, people debated whether this was conclusive, circumstantial, simply coincidence, but regardless, the conversation deepened. Across Seoul, the entertainment industry felt the tremor as well. Agencies whispered about scheduling freezes surrounding both actors. Directors who had hoped to cast Hyun in upcoming action roles were rumored to be postponing offers. Advertisers analyzing Son Ye-jin's endorsement deals quietly shifted timelines. And yet, despite all these professional ripples, neither actor nor their agencies released a single statement. Fans felt intentional, protective, almost sacred. Midway through the speculation storm, new detail emerged, this time from a manager who was heard speaking a little too casually in a private cafe, unaware that a fan sat 2 tables away. "Won't be doing any large-scale activities for a while," he said, referring to a top actress without naming her. Here's recommendation. The moment this account reached online communities, it spread like wildfire. The phrase "doctor's recommendation" became the new focus point. Fans connected it to the possibility of early pregnancy precautions, analyzing every angle and matching it with the timeline of clinic visits. Still, the story wasn't fueled solely by rumor. It was fueled by affection for a couple whose love story had already become an emotional refuge for millions. People revisited old clips from Crash Landing on You, watching the chemistry that first captured the world's heart. They posted side-by-side photos of Ye-jin's first pregnancy glow and her recent appearances. They analyzed Hyunbin's gentle hand placements in a few public events, noting how he subtly guided her, shielding her without making it obvious. It wasn't about invading privacy, it was about celebrating a journey that felt like it belonged to everyone who had witnessed their love blossom over the years. As the story spread internationally, media joined in: Hollywood blogs, Japanese entertainment sites, Filipino fan communities, Vietnamese news platforms, Thai K-drama reviewers. All echoed the same sentiment: are they preparing for baby? No. The global anticipation created a rare unity across fandoms, cultures, and languages. The whirlwind. Something remarkable happened. Instead of becoming a source of pressure or speculation rooted in intrusion, the narrative evolved into one of support. Comment sections overflowed with messages of hope, prayers for health, and wishes for happiness. The tone was gentle, empathetic, almost familial. It was as if the entire world agreed that if the couple was indeed preparing to welcome another child, they deserved to do so surrounded by love, not scrutiny. In the moment that cemented the emotional shift, Hyun appeared publicly at a quiet charity event, dressed simply, softer than usual. Asked about his family, he smiled, a small, private, deeply genuine smile, and said, "Family is everything." He didn't elaborate. He didn't need to. The simplicity of his words sent a wave of warmth across the internet. Fans described it as the confirmation without confirming. Line so delicate and heartfelt that it strengthened the speculation without crossing any boundaries. Son Ye-jin's next public appearance deepened the atmosphere even further. At a gallery event, she wore a flowing cream-colored dress, her features radiant with a natural glow that fans had always associated with motherhood. Photographs captured her gently resting a hand near her midsection, not in an obvious way, but in a way that felt instinctive, protective. Her smile was serene, peaceful, almost luminous. It was the kind of presence people described as the calm that follows acceptance. Quiet joy of someone nurturing a new chapter within their heart. As photos circulated, social media exploded yet again, but this time with an overwhelming sense of admiration. Comments poured in from around the world. "She looks beautiful. There's something different in her aura." If they were expecting, "I hope they're surrounded with love. No matter what, they deserve happiness." So, the narrative settled, not as scandal, not as breaking news, but as a gentle collective hope wrapped in respect and sincerity. End of the second week. Everything had changed without a single official announcement. Silence that once stirred curiosity now felt like a protective veil. The couple owed the world no explanation. The world waited anyway, not out of entitlement, but out of affection. If the whispers were true, then this quiet might be the soft beginning of another miracle. If not, then the love surrounding them had still grown stronger. In the world of Korean entertainment, noise is constant and attention fleeting. Hyun and Son Ye-jin managed to create something extraordinary, a storm built not from controversy, but from warmth. A wave not of gossip, but of genuine goodwill. And in the center of it all lay a silence that felt full, alive, and profoundly meaningful. Sometimes the most beautiful stories don't start with a headline or a press conference. Sometimes they begin with a quiet moment. soft whisper behind tinted glass. A shared smile that hints at something more. And sometimes, just sometimes, the quietest moments hide the biggest miracles.